basically what we can see happening now. It takes a couple of seconds, but when the game lags, when we lags, as we see right now, Skully, we're going to get this game underway. French going up against the Americans, as we have France and USA happening here any second, ladies and gentlemen. The French are going to be attacking first. The Americans are going to be defending first. Barnblitz Pro is the very first map. See Exo reconnecting real fast. That's not going to change anything. He's a demo man. He doesn't need to set anything up. And as both of these teams are building up those Uber charges, Skully, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Vanilla TV. So we have Pledge and Skully casting this game here for you. The ETF2L Highlander Nations Cup, once again, between Team France and Team USA.
Let's have a look exactly at the build-up right here. I always like looking at the engineer position. And this is a new one for me, right at the back of the first hill. It's not in the house at the first point. So it's far back, so what it says to me is they're happy for the French to push. The French like being aggressive. They have what I like to call the Russia mentality, where they just go push, push, push. We saw it in the semi-final. They'll get straight on that point, and if it means that K3 has to come out, he will. They'll go for one suicide bomb, and then they'll realize where the sentry gun is, and then catch it out. So let's watch this through.
We'll have to see exactly what's going to happen. The French maybe playing a little bit passive. You can see their medic is sitting all the way in spawn. They're looking a little bit first. You can see a teleporter's getting killed. That's not a medic drop sound. I kind of need to get used to that one. And I think they found the Americans right now. They realize they're sitting mainly up top there on the top left-hand side from the French perspective. Push that car at least as far as they can. For the time being, they're not actually doing too bad of a job. They're getting that card reasonably far up. As they get it somewhat through that sort of straight entrance, they're actually doing a surprisingly good job. K3 now coming out as well. They're just going to Uber straight in. They take this fight to them.
Eso's got the Sapper straight away, and the Ubers have been traded. That sentry gun should be going down shortly, and it will too. At the same time, the French are losing a couple kills. It's going to be 3 down versus 2 down, and now the French are losing more. There goes this. It looks like it's Pudding Cup getting a few kills there, but the Ubers were exchanged, and the sentry gun is down. What can Tech do there? He does get through, and that's what they want. Can he get another one? Zalox takes him down. K3 has retreated by the looks of it. He's still being chased down. Won't get. That's a lovely reflect there straight away to stop Skully. Great play from the French to limitate the damage. Max with a 4K, and the French are actually in a better position now because of it.
It's the main thing you got to realize on this first point as they cap that one off straight pretty much immediately, is that you just have spawn advantage, right? You get on there very, very quickly. K3 did not die. We spoke about that in pre-game, Skully. The guy just really doesn't die, and that's what you pretty much saw there. He stayed alive. The Overseer on the other side is staying alive as well, so both of these medics are going to be hitting Uber charges in about 5 seconds or something like that. And it's about when the French just rock this one around. Flippy, there you go. Losing the first duel as Max picks him off. Max gets the kill to D-Gun as well, and it's pretty much easy frags right here as Esau now goes down as well. Good exchange here for the Americans, but again, K3 is alive. He has that Uber charge, and their French are going to take it a little bit easier. Miss that goes down as well. Max is going to town. He really doesn't care about the ping that he has. The Americans are doing good so far, Skully.
9 headshots. Uber comes sorry, the 9 headshots. Sentry gun's going to get focused down. Should get taken out. Isn't. Brilliant defense there to hold the sentry gun. Now the re-push comes in from the USA to try and push the French back. Has worked for them. T-Mac gets taken out. The sentry gun's still up. Where the hell is Max? Is he trying to add more headshots to his collection? He's on 9 at the moment. Oh, we did miss the 5K straight away. The French need this Uber right now. It's not working for them. There goes Max with another. Holy smoke, he's on fire. Esau gets Zalox. That's going to help them now. No heavy damage dealer coming out for the Americans. And now it looks like that the French could possibly, with that sentry gun down, just etch forward. And this is what they're doing. They're etching forward. They're just getting the results and then going forward.
Max is actually completely out. He got very much so annoyed by the spy for the French. He had to back all the way out, so the French are going to pick this one up. Quite a fast timer, actually. No problem so far. About 3 minutes on the clock. The French have been doing good, but now, as I said earlier, this is the Hill of Doom. It's very, very difficult to break through here. And the French are going to decide, you know what, let's just Uber straight off in. They waste a lot of seconds on that Uber, but they might get a frag here onto that Pyro. The Pyro kind of needs to go down. Tech now dropping back as the Overseer is about to hit that Uber charge. He's going to be making his way through together with the rest of the Americans. Let's see if they can get a lot of kills in, if they can wipe the Americans out. So far, first kills onto Max as Exxon takes him down. Very important frag. Tech buying time as much as he possibly can, but the Americans with a very successful hold so far. K3 still hasn't died though.
K3's not died. That's going to be handy for them. And the carts also hit the bottom of the slope. So it's going to be really uphill for them, no pun intended. They're losing players trying to just get an advantage, see where the sentry gun is. They're trying to spam the sentry gun. Nice refret work there by the Pyro there. And that Pudding there, isn't it? Yeah, Pudding there. but they are actually trying to build something up there. Mister's trying to build something, not working for them, but right now the French just need to reset and recycle. It's working for them, just playing this slow game. 251 for the first 2 caps. Brilliant time for it. They need to keep this aggression up as well, and I feel it's all going to come down to this one Uber for them. They need it off, and Max, just forget about it.
Here comes Iso. Oh, misses the stop. Gets a second try. He's not going to take it. Twice that he actually got the chance to pick up the overseer there, but he didn't hit that shot. And now suddenly here comes the Uber push coming out for Tech, and Exxon is there as well together with their buddy K3. They get a lot of damage done, but did they get enough frags? The overseer hitting that Uber charge right now as well. Arthur's still alive. He's going to get that Uber. He gets taken down as Flippy shoots down Skarl as well. The French with a good exchange here. Isn't going to be enough though. Tech is down, K3 is down, and T-Mac as well. That's a lot of heavy classes not able to push that cart, and Exxon is only 36 HP, so they're going to have to try and fight for this one. Exxon could not die here, and the French might have a chance, but it looks like the Americans, they have enough players to stay alive and to block that cart off from going up that hill.
Oh, did you see T-Mac? I can't believe that. He bombs around to the soldier, medic, and engineer. The engineer picks up the sentry gun. He lands on top. The medic forces the medic Uber because it's a counter push. Straight away, he tries finding the engineer. Can't. Decides to take out the sentry, take out the dispenser and the engineer. All he's got is just his shotgun because his rocket's not reloaded, and he's trying to take down a building from level 1 to 3 because it's been replaced sentry gun, and he couldn't because all he had was shotgun. Poor T-Mac. But they're in a great position again. Like, basically, it looks like they lose the fight, but they do have that late aggression, which is helping them.
The Americans are very much letting it go up right now, and that sounds very dirty. I didn't mean it that way. But the French, they picked this one up, and they got themselves over the hill. They managed to cap this one off, and they lose. Let's see, both sides lose quite a bit of players. Arthur's still alive, though. Tech is alive as well. I think Iso might be able to make a play somewhere there, but Arthur and Xalox together, combining their strengths, get that kill to Tech. Exxon's very weak as well on that left-hand side. He's trying to make his way out. And Max get the kill onto Mista once again. Max so far absolutely monstrous. And that guy is going to be someone we're going to have to look forward to. I said in the pre-game, Skully, if Max, Stabby and Ruin can make their fan base happy, like so far I'm seeing happening in the chat, they're going to have a good chance of beating the French here. But Max needs to keep this up. Not just now, through the entire game.
I love this sentry gun position from the Americans. All the way back at the point, behind the point. It's not high ground, so you're not going to look for it. It's right at the back, and it's really hard to try and spam out. So, liking it, especially with the fact that you've got your medic there, Sigga, just being nice position here right now. Over the Overlord, he has his Uber. K-Freak's waiting for his Uber. And I'm trying to figure out where they'll go. The sentry gun from Mr. goes down. It's just this level. It's just a quick sentry gun. Iso gets taken out. And it looks like the French, they want to go up here through the locker room. The Uber Force comes off straight away. Max gets taken down. This is going to give them a lot of room. They found the sentry gun, but yet again, the Pyro's playing the advantage for them. The Pyro just completely denies everything. And basically, the French have to pull out again. Man, Pudding Pop is doing great work defending those Ubers with his blasting.
He seems to be in the right position pretty much all the time, doing a fantastic job of just making sure the French don't get a lot of space, and that is just the way you want to make it happen. He's only 1 HP. Is he going to walk in, or is he going to walk? He's going to walk in. That's a man with balls. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. And look at that. That engineer sitting there. He's going to crawl all the way over the top. If he can get this one down, that might be a big one. Gets the stab, gets the sentry, and that one from Iso might actually prove to be very, very valuable. Still alive as well. The French are going to probably try and put some pressure here. Flippy is down, so is Mista, but they have a lot of players there, and an Uber charge is going to be ready before the engineer can actually respawn on the red side.
Got to be a dot push. You can see the advantage in the top left corner there of what it is. The Uber kills come straight out. Over's only got 77 right now. He's not healing anymore. They're trying to focus him down. They do focus him down. If this comes out as a loss, they'll be happy enough because K-Freak's going to come up before Over. It looks like it's a loss. Wow, the frag coming out from the Americans right here. They do get some time onto the point, but I think what's key is K3 went down and gets a better spawn time than Over, and he's going to medic.
He's not healing. He's not healing yet. No, they both actually took a while to actually get their way back to their pocket players, and you can see the Uber charge is pretty much identical here. The one thing that messed that push up, though, is the entry frag from Max onto Tech. Just took him down immediately. Max now goes down. Doubt the French are going to be able to actually push on this without an Uber, though, Skully. Have to wait and see exactly what their plan is going to be, because that is 2 pushes failed, even though they got an early advantage. And it looks like they're trying to push without Max there. That seems to be their plan. They lose plot plan across us, though, and I think they'll realize, you know what, let's just try and poke in here, not put too much pressure down. Ruin and Ruin and Arth actually making their way through that door. Both get the kill X on. You can see now Exalix going down. There might be a little bit of a window here for the French, Skully.
Great window for them right there. How do you push this though? They know that they've got to try and focus down, and it worked last time, and they couldn't get the frags at the end. Sentrygun's going to come back up. I mean, can they do something? They're going to go in right away. The Uber comes off. It's not getting much now. Now the Uber from Overseer does do it. They're going to have to run back the French. They're unable to break this right now, but look at Isil. Look at Isil. Great stab onto stab. He stabbed it, so a spy takes a spy out, and they die. Nice trade. But somehow I feel the French are in a better position after this.
They're okay, it's just they lose the down man. Like, Exxon has not been having a good game so far. He's been taken out sort of at the start of the fight. Makes it very difficult for him to actually put that area of effect damage down. The Overseer goes down! Great play from T-Mac. I didn't actually see that one coming in from the sides. I have these outlines and everything. They don't give me hacks in my brain. That's the way it works. The Overseer gets taken down. There's a window here now for the French. And now this is the moment they need to take. And I think if they take it right now, they have about a 10-minute total time or so. Which is not, it's just holdable, basically. As we can see Tech coming through on the top hand side. He is 450 HP. Medic up his ass. 100% ready to rock and roll. And there's 9 French players alive. And they're just ruffling in here, Skully.
Look at that, that's a straightaway Tech on the sentry gun. All the Ubers being used for the sentry gun. It's still not being taken out. It's still up. How the hell is that still up? I am sorry. That is insane.
How the hell is that possible? I cannot believe it. Now it's up to Isil to actually take that one down. He sees the sentry gun is weak. He's going to take that one out. But the French, they're all down, ladies and gentlemen. There's no point. And Scarlet with the flick killing Isil there as well. That's pretty damn fantastic. That engineer.
That should have been. That should have been a sentry gun down.
Singafood way too strong there, man. The body blocks as well to just block that heavy damage from coming out. Great play from the Americans, keeping that sentry gun up. Plus the French wasted pretty much everything they had trying to block it.
I'm just in disbelief that that didn't work. I'm just going to be talking about that for the next minute or something. Let's recompose right here because Overseas, she has the Uber ready, and she's going to use it to push out. I like this, hold them off even more. Throw everybody out, K3 gets backstabbed, and they're wiping out the French and actually pushing them back, so they almost have to go back to the hill. There is a forward point going pushed there. Overseas could get taken out from Pla. Is that, yeah, was Pla Diga doing the damage there, and they've actually wiped out the Americans with T-Mac, Flippy, Pla, and they're going to walk onto this. I did not see that coming. I thought the aggression was going to work for them. 11-24, and on most maps, you would call that a terrible time. Well, but on Barnblitz Pro, you would call that the best time ever.
Well, you said already, like, you costed a 90-minute map earlier on this season, so I guess 11 minutes, it is doable, and I think that is the easiest way of saying it. If there's 5 minutes on the board there, guys, I would say it's a tough job. If there would be 20 minutes on the board there, obviously it would be very difficult. 11 minutes, sort of in between, for mathematical and for brain reasons. It's just the way it is. 5-man suicide coming out now here as well. A lot of engineer metal right there from Mista. He's going to build that one up inside this time around. The Americans chose to go for the outside route. Looks like the French have decided, you know what, let's all stick inside this area. See if we can hold this first point off, because 11 minutes, you kind of need to start holding at every point. Well, we saw the Americans, they gave the first point up quite simply. They said, you know, we'll hold this for a little bit, but then as our Uber is gone, we just kind of let them have it after a little bit of resistance. Looks like the French are going to decide, you know what, we're going to hard hold this. That's 11.5 minutes. We kind of need to.
Yeah, I'm going to say this right now. You see this little wall that K3's standing right by now? That ledge, he's going to stand behind that. Look, here he goes right where. This is what they like doing. They will fight on this hill for their life, because they know if they lose that, the sentry gun is dead. Because look at its position right now. It's a great position to defend all the corners. This is the French standard hold. They're going to wait for the bombs right here, but there's no way you can make K3 force because he's round the corner. If they know that, and they take an Exxon out straight away. But they can't get anywhere because the French are so far back because they're that defensive, but it works for them. Ruin goes down straight away. Tech is taken out to a fully charged body shot, and now the Uber comes off from the Americans, and they're wiping players up. K3 had no choice but to use, and all he's got is Deegan.
Yeah, I don't really like this whatsoever. I think the Americans are going to have no problem actually breaking through. They need to do it a little bit coordinated, though. You can see them all trying to just rush through. They don't lose a single player, though. Apart from their spy, K3 now down as well. Well played, Xalax actually trying to rush their way in there. Gets that double kill onto Flippy and K3, and we can see the Americans might be a little bit overextending here, in all honesty. They still need to push that card. They only do that with 2 players. Now, finally, the rest of the players are just making their way up into the fray. They didn't lose a single player there, apart from their Pyro Pudding Cup, so It's not too bad, actually, I would say. This is a much better start than the French showed. And if they can keep this up, they're going to have no problems capping off this round. But like we saw with the French, the second half of Barnblitz is difficult.
K3 down, T-Mat down as well. Did not see K3 going down, but the aggression here from the Americans, I totally did not. I did totally not see this coming. That is the defense that the French have ran all the time from Barnblitz, and it has worked without fail. And now it's just literally just been ha, we found your kryptonite, and it's worked. So the American aggression is just strong, and they're winning this playing smart, which I didn't expect. I thought the Americans would come out with deathmatch and the French would play smart. But they're taking the kills, they're picking up Easel. He's really being shown at the moment how to play. Such a shame right now. What can they do? 9 minutes is still on the board. They've captured the first 2 points in about the same time the French did. Probably about half a minute faster. And they're in a better position holding this. But Exxon now, he takes down Skully. He wants some more. They're coming up to the hill. This is going to be crucial right now for France.
Yeah, they kind of need to do something here, but it doesn't look like they actually have the manpower to do so. K3 not even close to having Uber. They lose 3 players already straight off the bat. Techno goes down as well. I think the French are not actually even going to be able to hold last. I think the Americans are just going to walk through here. They completely killed the momentum. Look, they're just killing players left and right because they killed the momentum that the French had. The Uber charge were even. You kill K3 like that, like Ruin did, sneaking in the back, and suddenly the entire Uber meta is just gone. As you can see right now, the Overseer once again with the Uber advantage, and the Americans, they're not going to stop. They're going to walk through, spawn camp all day long. Going to see if they can catch some more French players off guard here before the car moves their way to last.
Well, it's not over until the Fat Lady sings, and there's no Fat Lady right here singing, so they can do stuff. Max again going huge, taking out T-Mac. And when you take down the Heavy with a headshot, that's impressive, but it shows that you've been charging. Max goes for Ease. That can't have been deliberate. That was an amazing shot. He's going to go for a no. He gets
No.
What are you in? Okay, and then he finally goes down to Exxon. But they have held the push off a little bit. But Overseer, she's got that Uber ready to rock and roll any second there. The French are still just going up. The Uber, they don't even need to use the Uber, let's be honest right there. That's a level 1 sentry. Use the Uber just to victory dance in. That's what they're doing. 5 players alive. It's basically a wipe. They're wiping the players. Alpha going huge. Max going even huger. That's not even a word, but I've made it. It's going to be first blood to the Americans with a dominant performance.
Seriously, Max should be playing heavier because he's absolutely going massive, Skully. This is just insane what he's been showing so far. 1-0 on the board for the United States of America. And dominant. Nothing else to say. That's just the way it is. They're going to switch sides, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to see the exact same as we just saw happening. But, you know, let's just hope that the French show a little bit of a better play. Again, that kill from Ruin onto K3, the one that you didn't see, the one that I saw but didn't think had any significance because I didn't think he'd go down. That kill changed everything because that Uber meta just, it works as long as you both keep your medic alive, right? As soon as one drops down, everything just goes down the drain. The way the Americans played that out, very, very well done. They just were super coordinated. And you can see the French, they're kind of going to have to recuperate themselves. They're very far behind. You can see they got dominated by the Americans. And now as they need to put that defense up again, they might actually decide to put that sentry gun up on the top right-hand side.
Yeah, I mean, they need to do something different, and I don't know what they've got. Like, could they actually play a little bit tighter? They were getting focused down. It's a blip. They're just gonna call it a blip. They know this could be the last time they ever have to do this defense if they fail this. So why the hell not? Just do it again. Maybe if they just play it tighter. They know that what Max is capable of, and they know that he's just basically just gonna stand there with his scope up, let it charge, let it charge, let it charge, go around the corner. Hi T-Mac, you're dead. They know that they know he's gonna do that. So they've got to now really give Max a lot more respect. And when I say respect, not go back on him, but completely go in his face.
The main things that went wrong on that first point was that K3 didn't actually have anything to Uber. Tech already went down to that fully charged headshot coming in at Max very early on. And Exxon went down as well, so K3 was kind of standing there in the middle of nowhere. See if they can execute this one better, but so far Max, he has been the playmaker. He has been the guy to take the shots when he needs to. Flippy returns one now onto Pudding Cup, but that's a kill that the USA guys are not really going to mind all that much. Let's see if the French can hold this one off, Skully.
Yeah, it looks like the Americans are taking a little bit slower this time, but they got a scout in there trying to hunt down as much as they can. He's not going to make anybody pop. Now they're going to make K3, but that's a brilliant bomb there from Scarlet. Was that Scarlet? I mean, that was Scarlet going in there. Yes, it was Scarlet. Brilliant fourth. Did not expect that lovely jump. At the same time, Overseer, she has not really gone out of spawn, so they've still got the Uber, and K3's got nothing. So the question is, do you still want to fight this without an Uber? I'm pretty sure the French have no choice. They've got to do as much as they can at the risk of completely being wiped out, and Flippy goes down again to Max. That's just, I don't even know how you can stop him right now.
No, Max is just completely unstoppable. You see the Americans pushing over onto the left-hand side right now, trying to take down a sentry gun. Arthur really cannot do that on his own. He's only 200 HP. To be a little bit careful, but they got the double kill. Ruin once again, getting that kill onto K3. He's just really not leaving that medic alone whatsoever. Flank coming in, and Stabby actually getting a very important pick there onto Tech. Well played to him. He's walking around the side of the French once again, losing onto that first point very, very quickly. 1 minute on board. As the Americans, once again, they keep their medic alive and K3 is down. The French need to find a way to either kill the Overseer or some sort of pick that delays the Americans from pushing onwards. Because so far it's looking the exact same as what happened last round.
I'm really surprised that they're getting to K3. Like, this is a guy that is known for his survivability, and granted, let's add a few more players to the lineup. It's not 6v6, it's 9v9, but he just can't do anything. And the French right now, they seem a little bit confused. They know they played the complete safe game, and they've given second to the French, to the Americans, because they know they can't stop it. They're just going to get themselves completely built up, ready for the hill. They've got no choice. They've got to fight on the hill.
Learned from their mistake very clearly, Skully. They said, you know, if we try and hold this and we lose a medic again, we'll lose the round. So let's just build off this supercharge first. Now 75% right now. Max is on the wrong side of the door. He's on. Just gotta walk around. K3 kind of needs to stay alive here, Skully. 10 HP only on him. If K3 goes down, it's the end of the round. He cannot die here. But at what cost? Because he stays alive, he Ubers, but there's only 4 French players left alive. I don't think that's going to be enough to hold off 7 rampaging Americans.
Wow. What was the side there? Mister could not get the Wrangler up in time, and he could not save his sentry gun. And then the pipes coming out there from Zalok, just on point, on target. He was connecting pipes like a plumber straight onto Mister. What is the time here? I think it's going to be almost like 3.5 minutes. 2:52? 2:52 for 3 captures.
Yeah.
We expected a close game here. I cannot believe how one-sided the Americans are rampaging
right now.
Well,
they forced the Uber out and K3 spawned at about the same time. So you can see the Uber percentages being even. So this is the closest thing the French have come to actually holding a point. Let's see if they can manage to build off that Uber charge in time and hold off against the 9 storming Blues that have so much momentum right now. They get a kill to Stabby. Is that actually a kill? That is actually a kill. It's not dead ring anytime. Issa coming in right now to try and get a stab in right there. Gets body blocked immediately. Now found by Pudding Cup. Very well played. Taking down Issa. With D-Gun going down as well. Again, it's 2 French players down. Uber has been popped off though. And K3 has a massive advantage here working their way through. They need some kills here. Max goes down. Well played to Exxon, taking him down. And as that Uber charge gets popped off, the French are going to hold, at least for the time being.
They've had to use the Uber just to keep a few players alive, which has not helped them right now. They're upstairs. This is what they need to do. Stay upstairs right there. They're in a great position. Pick up the crosses if they can. Issa again trying to go for kill. He's just getting picked off every time he tries to go in at the moment. He's not having a good game.
Oh!
And then everything gets thrown out the window with a double rocket refresh from Pudding.
That was great. That was great. I like that one. It's the USA. They're actually too aggressive here. I feel like. I think their position right now of the French is completely fine. They're going to be able to hold on to that one. Tech just drops down, picks up that double kill. Flippy gets a kill as well. K3 goes down. Sigafu, actually, the engineer, takes K3 down.
And Overseer stayed alive.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, the medic was all the way out of the fight for the USA. That was not even close to being taken down. So very clearly, K3 just a little bit of a weird position. Suddenly realized that he was one-on-one with an engineer and just got shot in the face by that shotgun. And again, it's going to put the French in a very weird position trying to hold this one off. And I feel like if they lose now, if they lose this last point now against this Uber charge coming in, they have a very, very low time to attack.
Deegan needs to do all he can really right now to reflect. He's the only one alive though. Everybody's staying up. The Spy has taken out the defense, and they're really dominating the point right now. They can even spawn camp it. This should be it, but Exxon comes in, and so does Flippy. They get a couple kills to just hold off the pain. Flippy with a body shot. Flippy's on his own. It's not going to be enough. 5:09 is the time on Barnblitz. That's fast.
It's pretty much like the way we saw the French pushing that very first time around, Skully. It took them forever on last, let's be honest, so if they can make sure their last push works, they're also going to put 5 minutes on the board if they completely copy that round, but there's going to be, and this is completely different to anything we've seen from the French so far, throughout the entire tournament. They need to come out balls deep, and I do want to say it that way. They need to come out of that door and go completely mental. They cannot stop for 1 second and double check what they're doing, because it's 5 minutes and 9 seconds. That is unbelievably fast on a map like Barnblitz.
So what they're going to do, I know straight away, they're going to go into this really aggressive play which I was talking about before. They're going to stack the they're going to stack the cart as they can. K3 will come out. If I know K3 with times like this, he will come out, because they have actually managed to beat 6 minutes before. So they can do this. I know they can do this. It's all going to come down to, once again, K3 stay alive and use your Uber at the right time. Because if K3 can just stay alive and not drop, that's going to be the key. And Max straight away takes that mister. Okay, have they noticed the sticky trap right here, just on the side? No, they haven't. Scarlet does go down though. That's huge when the soldier goes down. Gonna help them, still not noticed the sticky. They have gone down. Stabby goes down. And this is what I'm talking about. K3's not come out yet, but they've got the aggression.
He's staying. He's just making sure he doesn't die to bombers. I think that's the plan at the moment. Xalox goes down. I think that's going to be a signal for K3 to make his way in. He comes through right now. He's holding on to the bum of Tech at the moment. He's going to make their way upstairs. And you can see the Americans. Look at that. They're retreating. They're not really caring too much about this point. They pick up that sentry gun, try and walk their way out. So the kill from Mista happens. Tech gets taken down to Arthur, though. But the Uber charge has not been popped off by either side at the moment. So far, everything is going according to plan for the French, but the USA team, once again, they kept their medic alive. They do have that Uber still, and they're going to wait for the right moment, for the right time, to block for 2 minutes, and therefore win the round. That is going to be the plan for the Americans.
You talk about it's going to plan for the French, it's going to plan more for the Americans, I feel, because they basically said, okay, you didn't get us, we won that. Here comes the Uber, not Wrangle get that sentry, could get taken down, not taken down, his teammate eats a complete set of rockets, Cedric fighting gets taken down, but the Uber's not come off yet. Now comes the Uber exchange as the Americans are going to town, get a couple kills, they've taken out 4, they've taken out 5. They come back here with the Uber, has word for them, they stop the point, and they've also got to give themselves room really to build up. Oh, was that a backstab? Okay, that's a backstab, we'll count that. They've given themselves room to build a sentry up again though. Great smart play from the American, re-pushing that Uber when they needed to.
Oh, Stabby is just sitting there in no man's land. See
if
he can get that pick. Good pick right there. And actually the Overseer with that one, that's just going to equalize the score once again. And Stabby's probably, no, he actually got taken down. I missed that. Missed that just at the right place at the right time. And I think the Americans, they can defend this, but they don't have to. I think that is the main thing that they're realizing right now. And they do get 3 picks on the French. That is going to be an 8 versus 5. It missed only 3 HP. He's going to get taken down as well. So far, so good for the Americans. But still, with 3 minutes, it's not completely over just yet, guys. I know you all want to raise up and put the national anthem down, but Metallica's not going to play until the time has actually run out, ladies and gentlemen. We can right now see the French have the Super. They're going to have to take the fight to the Americans here.
And they've dropped Exxon. Exxon could not get flashed quick enough, and they're sharing Uber a lot to both teams. Really, when you look at it, the Uber's now died off. Who's going to get the advantage? Well, Xalox gets a couple kills as well as Ruin there. And it looks like the Americans again have their number. And right behind comes Scarlet. Takes out K3. Looking for more. Gets shot down from Tech. But with 2:24 left, now it's really uphill.
Ooh.
Nice backstab there from Eastal. That's what I'm talking about. That's the ability he can bring, but he's not had a good game so far. They're going to capture this right here. They do capture it. Eastal goes down. Stabby gets another. They're going to have to focus everybody. And right now, the American, when you kill one, the next guy comes up and kills you again. It's just too much to handle.
There's so much individual quality across the American lineup. There's just, you can kill one individual with 2 players of your own, but there's going to be a guy stepping it up who just kills 2 of you. That's the way it is. And that's the way the Americans have been playing all tournament. That's one of the main reasons they're in the grand final. It's because they're so unbelievably good at this game. Now, 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock. The French time is starting to run out. And as Eastal goes down, there's a lot of pressure coming down. Tech only now going down. It took a long time, but with Tech going down, that might actually be the nail in the coffin here, Stutzer. I'm really not 100% sure exactly what's going to happen here. The USA team, they're just going to close it off. Skully, I think that's the way it is. very clearly. They're just going to solidly play it out, no problem whatsoever.
Yeah, this is basically dead time now. It's 1 minute left. No way you can push this right there. It would take a huge amount right there. Uber comes off by the French. It looks like he got forced because it's right around the corner. And again, look at Pudding Cup. Just really going to town with that pyro. He's been an unsung hero of this game. He got that double reflect. Brilliant play. But every time the Ubers come in with Tech and K3, what's happening? Boom. They're getting air blasted away. Who's doing it? It's Pudding. He's been really on key with his play this game, and it's been a difference as well when it comes to the French defending, because they've not had that from Deegan so much. So massive respect for Pudding right there. It's going to be 1-0 in maps to the Americans. I don't know what the second map is either, but I know that it's dead time at the moment. Do we just give the man of the match to Max?
We can. I want to give a little bit of a shout out to Zalox though, because I feel like we're very much so giving the credit to the team or to the players that are making picks all day long. But first of all, Ruin the pick on K3 in that first attacking round that they made was the winning play, like right there. The kill that Ruin got onto K3 was absolutely brilliant, and it won him that round and won him the 50% of the map technically. But Xalox, as I said, he has been a guy to me who has just been very steady, just constant damage output all the time. I think he ended that map. Let's see, he ended that map with more than 550 damage per minute, at least in that round. But I think he's been keeping that up, like 500 or so damage per minute. We're gonna have a look at the logs here in just a little bit, but he is just a constant threat. Whenever any one of the Americans gets focused, Xalox is right there, just dishing out damage all the time and time again. Very well played by the American team in general, though. You can give Max the MVP, but I want to have some mentions on the side if you want.
Yeah, I think really, like, Max went huge at the start, but he just kept that momentum up. So that's why I want to say Max. But you're right in what you say. It's been a
Max
huge team effort.
Let's be honest.
But like I said in that last game, when you look at it, basically, like every time you kept looking, you take one American down, the next one comes up. What's the next map going to be? It's server changing level. I'm just going to quickly plug the links. If you've never seen us before, we are Vanilla TV. We do the European TF2 action. You can check us out on Facebook, Vanilla TV org. You can check us out on Twitter, which is at Vanilla TV. Our website, vanillatf2.org. Our YouTube page, Vanilla TV org, where all the VODs for this, the last games, and the entire Insomnia 49 VODs are now up there.
You know what the second map is, Skully?
It's Lakeside.
Yeah, Max on Lakeside sounds scary to me. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, listen to a little bit of music, stuff like that. But when we return, in about a minute or 2 minutes or so, we will be having a look at the second map here in the ETF2L Highlander Nations Cup Grand Final between Team USA leading 1-0 over Team France. We're going to have to try and make a comeback on Lakeside, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.